The 88th Academy Awards ceremony, presented by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, AMPAS, honored the best films of 2015 and took place on February 28, 2016, at the Dolby Theatre in Hollywood, Los Angeles, 5:30 p.m. PST. During the ceremony, AMPAS presented Academy Awards, commonly referred to as Oscars, in 24 categories. The ceremony, televised in the United States by ABC, was provided by David Hill and Reginald Hudlin and directed by Glenn Weiss. Actor Chris Rock hosted the show for the second time, having previously hosted the 77th ceremony held in 2005. In related events, the Academy held its 7th annual Governor's Award ceremony at the Grand Ballroom of the Hollywood and Highland Center on November 14, 2015. On February 13, 2016, in a ceremony at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel in Beverly Hills, California, the Academy Awards for Technical Achievement were presented by hosts Olivia Munn and Jason Segel. Spotlight won 2 awards including Best Picture, and Mad Max: Fury Road won 6 awards, the most for the evening. The Revenant earned 3 awards including Best Director, for Alejandro G. in RRITU and Best Actor for Leonardo DiCaprio. Brie Larson won Best Actress for Room, while Mark Rylance and Alicia Vikander won Supporting Acting honors for Bridge of Spies and The Danish Girl, respectively. The telecast garnered 34.42 million viewers in the United States. Winners and nominees. The nominees for the 88th Academy Awards were announced on January 14, 2016, at 5:30 a.m. PST, at the Samuel Goldwyn Theatre in Beverly Hills, California, by directors Guillermo del Toro and Ang Lee, Academy President Cheryl Boone Isaacs, and actor John Krasinski. The winners were announced during the award ceremony on February 28, 2016. Awards. Earned It from 50 Shades of Grey? Music and lyric by Mohammed Balsh. Belly, Stefan Mochio, Jason Dahayale, Kenneville, and Able to Spy, The Weeknd. Governor's Awards. The Academy held its 7th annual Governor's Award ceremony on November 14, 2015, during which the following awards were presented. Jenna Rollins, who has illuminated the human experience through her brilliant, passionate and fearless performances. Debbie Reynolds, for her charitable contributions and tireless efforts towards mental health as founding member of the Thalians. Films with multiple nominations and awards. Presenters and performers. Presenters. Presenter of the segment of the Academy Award for Technical Achievement. Presenters of the segment of the Academy Awards for Technical Achievement. Performers. Ceremony information. Due to the mixed reception and lower ratings resulting from the previous year's ceremony, producers Neil Marin and Craig Zadan declined to helm the upcoming festivities. The following month, Hill and Hudlin selected actor and comedian Chris Rock to host the 2016 telecast. Several other individuals participated in the production of the ceremony. Radio disc jockey and personality Ellen Kay served as announcer for the show. Box office performance of nominated films. At the time of the nominations announcement on January 14, 2016, the combined gross of the 9 Best Picture nominees at the American and Canadian box offices was $607 million, with an average of $75.08 million per film. Of the top 50 grossing movies of the year, 46 nominations went to 11 films on the list. Only Inside Out, The Martian, Straight Outta Compton, The Revenant, Mad Max, Fury Road, Creed, and Bridge of Spies were nominated for Best Picture. Best Animated Feature, or any of the directing, acting, or screenwriting awards. The other top 50 box office hits that earned nominations were Star Wars, The Force Awakens, Cinderella, Spectre, and 50 Shades of Grey. Criticism regarding lack of diversity. Shortly after the nominations were announced, many media outlets observed that there was a lack of racial diversity amongst the nominees in major categories. For the second consecutive year, all 20 acting nominees and 4 out of the 5 directors nominated were Caucasian. In response to the criticism, several individuals including AMPAS members voiced their opinions regarding the lack of diversity. Some members defended the Academy, saying that the nominations are based on performance and merit, not race. Actress Penelope Ann Miller responded to the criticism by stating, "I voted for a number of black performers, and I was sorry they weren't nominated. To imply that this is because all of us are racists is extremely offensive. I don't want to be lumped into a category of being a racist because I'm certainly not, and because I support and benefit from the talent of black people in this business. It was just an incredibly competitive year." Quote. Others agreed that the Academy had a diversity problem and supported efforts towards change. Best Supporting Actress winner Lupita Nyong'o wrote, "I am disappointed by the lack of inclusion in this year's Academy Awards nominations. It has me thinking about unconscious prejudice and what merits prestige in our culture." She concluded by saying, "I stand with my peers who are calling for change and expanding the stories that are told and recognition of the people who tell them." Quote. The week after the nominations announcement, the Academy announced several rules changes regarding membership in hopes of increasing the number of women and minorities in the membership by 2020. Beginning in 2016, new members would earn Oscar voting privileges for the next 10 years. After that time period, those members may retain voting privileges for another 10 years if they have remained active in the motion picture industry. Members would earn lifetime voting privileges if they have served 3 consecutive 10-year voting eligibility terms or have earned or won an Academy Award. On the morning of the Oscars, the National Action Network, led by civil rights activist Al Sharpton, held a protest a few blocks from the Dolby Theatre regarding the Oscars' diversity problems. "You are out of time," Sharpton said in a rebuke to the Academy. "We are not going to allow the Oscars to continue. This will be the last night of an all-white Oscars?" Asian accountant's joke. During the show, Rock introduced on stage 3 children of Asian heritage posing as accountants for PricewaterhouseCoopers, saying, "They sent us their most dedicated, accurate and hard-working representatives. Please welcome Ming Zhu, Bowling and David Moskowitz." Quote. He also added, "If anybody's upset about that joke, just tweet about it on your phone. That was also made by these kids." Quote. In a phone interview with the Associated Press, Academy President Isaacs apologized for the joke, stating, "I can understand the feelings and we are setting up a meeting to discuss. Because as you well know, no one sets out to be offensive. And I'm very sorry that has happened. I think so much is achieved with dialogue. So much is achieved. And that is what we'll continue to do. Have dialogue, listen and just keep fixing." Quote. Critical reception and television ratings. The show received a mixed reception from media publications. Some media outlets received the broadcast more positively, with praise directed toward host Rock. Television critic Mary McNamara of the Los Angeles Times remarked, "Rock's Oscars had some of the most powerful moments seen in the telecast's history." She concluded that, after years of being dissed for its irrelevance, this year's Oscars took action. The results were mixed, to be sure, and Rock did not ever settle into his usual balance of outrage and humanity. Quote. Others were more critical of the show. The Hollywood Reporter columnist Daniel Feinberg remarked, Chris Rock led a telecast that had important things to say, but still felt endless. Quote, in addition, he called the ceremony overstuffed, and the on-screen running scroll a total failure. The American telecast on ABC drew 42 million people over its length, which was a 4% decrease from the previous year's ceremony. In Memoriam. The annual In Memoriam tribute was presented by actor Louis Gossett Jr.